Today I'm going to talk about what I view as the most significant issue for any Canadian seeking some kind of change to the status quo in Canada. For every Canadian out there from coast to coast to coast, if you're wanting some kind of change in the status quo, please listen to this message. For 150 years since pre-Confederation, the same two parties have been in power. That is a fact. And all we got is the same. So our message, the National Citizens Alliance message to all Canadians today is that just replacing Trudeau, no matter how much you despise that person, dislike that person, disagree with his impact on Canada, his vision for Canada, you disagree with his policy, you don't like the person, regardless of that, just replacing Trudeau is not the answer. If you just replace Trudeau, then you're just going to get another globalist puppet in his place. And nothing will change. Nothing. The globalist agenda will continue and continue as it's been going on for decades and decades and decades. In order to implement status quo change in Canada, we need to replace the globalist parties. We need to replace the four-party conglomerate. That's the only way that any kind of profound, significant change will happen. Otherwise, we are all wasting our time. So our message today from the National Citizens Alliance is to encourage Canadians to spread this message that the establishment conservatives are the same as establishment liberals. They are both globalists. They support the global world order. They support mass immigration. They support promoting and enhancing foreign cultures in Canada. They support the transformation of Canada into a post-national state vis-a-vis a globalist village. This is a fact. To replace Trudeau with another globalist or globalist puppet will do nothing. So we're encouraged Canadians, if you're serious about changing the status quo, getting new voices in Ottawa, you need to go outside the political box. You need to support parties like the NCA, which will help lead this change in Canada. Otherwise, we are all wasting our time. We need to break the monopoly on power. And it's comprised of four parties, primarily two of them. And you just need to look at the history of Canada, especially since the 1960s. It's been both of those parties that have been fully behind this globalist agenda. Never forget that and spread that message, that true change. And we're on the brink of something that is not good in Canada. We're literally transforming our country into a globalist village. We're all getting divided. Our taxes are going higher. The borders are open. So we need to change this, everyone. So that's our message today. Please, we need to do more than replace Trudeau. Let's replace the whole entire four-party conglomerate in Ottawa. We need to do that, everyone. Please support NCA. And we say that with utmost sincerity. If you support free enterprise, if you support Canadian nationalism, having pride in your country, standing up for your country, if you support fiscal responsibility, if you support genuine democratic reform, then support the National Citizens Alliance, vote for the National Citizens Alliance. Do not get doped back and forth from liberal to conservative, liberal to conservative, liberal to conservative. That's just a globalist game that's only going to perpetuate this globalist insanity that's happening to our country. And we can all see it more and more. And I should add a final note here. For all those Canadians who are misinformed or unsure about the globalist agenda, we say, just look at Europe. Look at what's happening to Europe. We aren't far behind, but it's all there to be seen. We can see the erosion of the traditional cultures of Europe. We can see the spread of no-go zones, over 900 across Europe. We can see the spread of rape attacks against traditional European women. We can see the increase in molestation and harassment of traditional European women. We can see the affirmative action favoring migrants coming to the country over traditional people. All this is going on, and Europe is heading for a civil war. We do not want that, so let's stop this globalist insanity. And I'll make one final point. To show how insidious this agenda is, the Canadian people have never had a final say on this transformation of Canada. Never. There's been no referendum. There's been no any other type of vote by the Canadian people. Not even a survey. In the House of Commons, the word mass immigration has not been spoken. Has not been spoken. And anyone who speaks up against it, they are vilified. This is the sick agenda that's going on in Canada. The Canadian people should have the final say about our country, about our country's future. It should not be coming from the top down, from globalist sellouts. So we call on the Canadian people to wake up. Let's break this monopoly, because it is a monopoly on power in Canada. Whether you vote Liberal, Conservative, or one of the other establishment parties, the same underlying globalist agenda is at work. So for all those activists out there, for all those groups wanting for change, again, we stress, please look beyond Trudeau. Don't get caught up in the game. We got to remove Trudeau. Do not get caught on him. That's just a game. We got to remove all the globalists from Ottawa. Remove those parties.